Well, he's hot off a win at Petaluma Speedway a couple weeks ago. It was his first win ever in Speedway Motors IMCA weekly racing competition. We're talking about Tyler Browne, that's Brown with an E, and he is out of Antioch, California. He's coming up next on the Beyond the Flags podcast. But before we get to the interview, make sure wherever you're listening or watching from, you hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future episodes. Well, it's Tyler Browne in the 1111 Friesen Performance IMCA Modified from Antioch, California, coming off of a pretty incredible win at Petaluma Speedway the other night on the 3/8 mile Adobe Clay. Tyler, great to have you here on Beyond the Flags podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ben.
Well, I guess we'll talk about the elephant in the fish tank. You got a big win and a commanding win at Petaluma Speedway a couple weeks ago. I mean, for that to happen, I mean, it was just sensational. You were just incredibly dominant.
Yeah, you know, second night in the car. I actually quit racing last year, you know, and all my friends still race. My brother races. So me still being at the track definitely sucked, you know, just watching everybody race. And I'm like, man, you know, I really miss it. So I've been looking and sold my boat and found that deal, and too good of a deal to pass up. So I went down there, checked it out, ended up bringing it home. And, you know, 2 days after I bought it, I went down to Merced just to kind of get the feel for the car. And, you know, I ended up doing pretty good for the first time running it. And from there, I was like, oh, man, maybe we got a chance at something. Mm-hmm. So headed to Petaluma, I would say the following weekend, the next weekend after that. And, you know, there was only 7 cars, but I mean, still a win to win.
Sure. There was only one guy left on the lead lap, you know, in it, Michael Paul Jr., who is one fast cat at that place.
Yeah, that's what a couple of my friends are telling me. You know, he's really good at that track, and, you know, he's one of the top guys there. So to hear that was pretty cool.
Well, you talked about the new car you're in and everything. I mean, let's go back. I remember kind of running into you a bit when I was at Antioch and spending a lot of time in California. I think you were in the 325 Friesen Performance IMCA Northern Sport Mod, and then your brother's Jeff, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And I remember you guys showing up. For you, kind of what was your first exposure to racing, or your earliest memories about racing that kind of got you hooked?
I don't remember the age I was, but we used to go there and sit in the stands and watch. And, you know, me and my brother, we've always been, you know, car guys, motorcycle guys, anything with motors. And what was it? 20, I forget when. You know, he went and bought his first car, and I was like, man, I want to race. So I started looking, and he was like, oh, why don't you get a SportMod? Mm-hmm. So I found a deal on a car, bought that, wait a little bit, found a motor, you know, slowly pieced it together, and then, you know, just started going out there and having fun.
Sure. Yeah. And when you said you guys would go out there and watch racing, I assume pretty much just Antioch Speedway, or did you guys go to some other racetracks?
No, it was just, you know, Antioch. It's our closest local track to us. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's where, you know, our parents would take us. So that's where we got involved in it, you know, just watching. And like I said, we love things with motors and anything like that. So that's what, you know, finally got us into it.
Well, and recall for me, if you can, just like for, you know, okay, you've got your race car, you're racing the sport mods, and then it's night number one. Like, what were the nerves like, or what was it like? Man, this is a dream come true. Oh my gosh, I'm actually racing, kind of deal.
It was definitely a blast, you know, to be able to finally go race. But the nerves were through the roof. Real nerves. Butterflies. Man, I still do it to this day where if I'm going racing, I don't eat. That whole day I will not eat until after the main event. And I don't know what it is. I have no appetite, nervous every single time.
Fighting hungry. That's what what my wrestling coach always said. Man, coach, I feel like I'm gonna throw up, or this or that. He's like, wrestle hungry, So
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I still get like that to this day, but I kind of nothing to be worried about.
Well, and was your first car that you got, was that somebody else had, or was it something you ordered from the manufacturer?
No, it was. So believe it or not, every car I've had has been used from somebody else. I've never actually had a brand new car.
Mm-hmm.
So that one, was Jay Bryant.
Okay.
Him and Nick DiCarlo actually built that themselves, and it was a good car. The first car I had, it was a good car.
Mm-hmm.
Great learner car. And then got a deal on a 2017 BMS from Jacob Mallet Jr. So got that, put my motor and stuff into that one. Had some good runs. I never won in the SportMods. But we had some good runs in it. Bunch of top fives, I believe. I think my best finish was third.
Okay.
But we had a bunch of good runs, and then I don't know, it just slowly started. It takes a lot of money to do this stuff, and slowly started. I wouldn't say making me mad, but getting under my skin with the crashes and fixing the parts. So that's why I ended up selling it. I did a raffle on it actually. Got rid of it. Taking a break. And then, like I said earlier, all my friends race, brother races. So I was like, I want to go racing again.
Sure. And so this new car, where'd that come from, if you don't mind me telling?
So it's a 2015 GRT. Very minimal races on it. If you look at this car, it's straight. It's, really, really straight for the year. I bought it off of Brody Nelson he was in Prunedale, but now he lives in Los Banos.
Okay.
He put a lot of money and time into rebuilding this car from when he bought it. And, it's a great car. Everything he did the right stuff, right technology, brand new motor and stuff like that. So for the deal I paid, it was hard to beat.
Sure. Well, I know we're kind of all over this place with this interview, but going back to your win, you climb out, and I watched it on IMCA TV, and I mean, I could just only imagine the emotions going through you of winning. And you were talking to Rick Faith. This is the first thing that I've ever won, and to do that in a pretty good class, in a very competitive class. I mean, now I guess, I mean, to add to a second part of, what were you feeling like, you in your own words, like, what's the goal next is just to continue, I'm sure, just continue to ride that high a bit.
Well, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to try my best no matter what. My biggest thing is, avoid all cautions, accidents, wrecks. I want to keep the clean driving for sure. We plan on going up to Petaluma this upcoming weekend for the IMCA Clash, the California Clash race. So hopefully there's going to be a lot of good drivers and tough competition up there this weekend. So like I said, we're going to go there and try our best.
No doubt. And is there anything like in the plans for the future to maybe go to the Super Nationals, or like even the IMCA TV Winter Nationals at Kokopah?
I would love to. It's right now. It's literally, I got friends that help me with the car and stuff, but the funds is literally just from me. I got a buddy who came on board from the SportMods. That's Dave Baca with Baca Speed. So he helps me out as much as he can and does what he does. So he's greatly appreciated. But going somewhere like that would be a blast. It would be a dream. But as of right now, I don't know if that would happen.
Okay.
I would love to. I've been down there, what was it, two or 3 years ago with Buddy Nis. And, we went down there for the Winter Nationals. So we did that. And it was just a blast to watch that. And what was it, five nights of racing?
Yeah. That's when it was 5 nights. Now it's like almost 9. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's a lot of time down there, a lot of money. So,
are you looking to find that adrenaline rush, but you can't because you're not at the racetrack? Well, check out the IMCA TV Replay subscription library to have access to thousands of hours of racing for just $24.99 a month. Relive all the moments of the Speedway Motors IMCA Super Nationals fueled by Casey's at Boone Speedway, the Harris Clash at Deer Creek Speedway in Spring Valley, Minnesota, the IMCA TV Winter Nationals at Cottage Speedway in Somerton, Arizona, Florida's Clash on the Coast, and dozens of Speedway Motors IMCA weekly racing program racetracks from across the nation, as well as the IMCA TV Dirtcast podcast. Plus, 25% of that $24.99 monthly fee goes towards the Drivers Point Fund and is a great way to help out your local racers. In 2023, over $97,000 was paid out to IMCA drivers directly at over 50 racetracks across the country. Please note that live broadcasts are not part of the replay subscription. That's IMCA TV. IMCA TV, where America comes to watch racing. Well, and talking about numbers, right? The 1111 deal, that's what was on the car, right, when you purchased it?
That whole wrap is the old owners.
Okay, because I was going to say, I remember you being, what threw me off was, triple-digit numbers isn't the most uncommon thing, especially Central Valley in California with a lot of guys like Bakersfield or the Diaz's. But then, 4-digit number, holy cow, like that's far and few between that you see. But I remember you having a triple-digit number, the, what was it, 325.
Yeah, the 325.
What's the story behind that? Why did you pick, was that like an old motocross number, or was that just a combination of numbers you like?
It was just, so it's my birthday, March 25th.
Oh, okay.
It's something I've always went with, from dirt bikes as well. So, I don't know, it's my lucky number.
There you go. Yeah, you made it your own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jeff has a triple-digit number, right? Like 228 or something?
Yeah, that one came from motocross. That's not his birthday, though.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
His would be a quadruple number as well if it was.
Sure. Yeah, man, 229, you could call him the Leaper or something. So, yeah. No, that's really cool. And something I like to ask different drivers, I've interviewed, a lot of people from, the Delta and the East Bay area. Like for you, Antioch, for people that have never been to that area, what are some points of interest that you like to do with you and your family, or, even outside the area a little bit?
Antioch, I wouldn't say there's too much to do.
Sure.
Like the Delta. I sold my boat, so the Delta's, where I would launch my boat from was 20, 25 minutes away, and you can travel far. You can go all the way to Sacramento from the Delta out here if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot to do. Point of interest, it all depends what you like. You got Napa you can go up to, wineries and stuff like that. I don't do that. But,
sure.
You can go up to Rockland. They got Top Golf. They got K1 Speed right here in Dublin. It's not too far, probably 35 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
So go-kart racing. There's a bunch of stuff. They got a bunch of bowling alleys you could do with arcades and stuff out here. For the daughter, there's a bunch of, she loves parks and stuff like that. So we go there. There's this place, forget what it's called, but it's like a little amusement park for kids, you know, a bunch of little rides and stuff like that she loves going to.
Oh, that's in Fairfield, right?
Fairfield, and
it's the Nut something.
I don't remember the name. And then
Yeah.
they got something like that in Pittsburgh as well.
Oh, okay.
Which is close to here.
Sure. I know, like Vacaville across the Benicia Bridge, you got like the Jelly Belly thing or somewhere around there, and then like a big Bud place that you can visit.
Yeah, they got Six Flags over there. I'm like Vallejo right over the Benicia Bridge as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, oh gosh, because my wife was from Santa Rosa and she talked about that place that you're talking about. Yeah, it's like a little park just off of I-80. It's just right there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, totally cool. Well, yeah, and what's nice is everybody's got their own, like, guys like to go to Disco Bay with their boats and stuff, and who was it? Andrew Pierce told, I never heard this term before, the Dirty D was the Delta. So, yeah. So I used to call Antioch the Yacht until I was told, like, hey, that's kind of a hood reference. Like, you don't say that or you could get hurt. So
yeah. I
was trying to be trendy and cool, but you know, that's what I do for being a dad, I guess.
Yeah. You know, it's not so bad, you know. Nowadays everywhere's bad.
Sure.
You know, but
yes. Well, and outside of racing, I mean, you kind of touched on some of those stuff. Obviously, family's a big building block for you. Like, you know, what are some interests that you personally like to do when you're not racing or boating?
I like hanging out with friends, you know, having a good time, you know. I'm not so much of a sit in the house type of guy. You know, when I'm sitting at home, I tend to get bored, you know, start pacing from outside to inside. So, I mean, anything that's outside fun, I'm down for it.
Sure. Well, that's really cool. Folks that you like to thank, sponsors that you'd like to thank that make it all possible so that you can race.
Oh, well, first my girlfriend, Sierra, you know, she puts up with it, you know, me being in the garage working on the car when she wants to hang out, spend time together. And I'm like, no, I got to go in the garage. Dave Baca with Baca Speed, Zaid over at Smog Guys, you know, they always help me out as much as possible, and it's really appreciated. That's pretty much all I got. I know there's a bunch of names on the car, but they're not mine.
Sure.
Terry Companion with the boardroom out of Santa Cruz with Santa Cruz Apparel. You know, I actually got to go visit him to get some clothes for winning that main event.
Okay. Nice. I looked it up. The Nut Tree. That's what it called. It's in Vacaville.
Yes. The Nut Tree.
Yes. That's what it's called. So don't go to Fairfield looking for an amusement park. I mean, there might be one there. It could be the wrong one. Well, awesome. I really appreciate taking the time, Tyler, and obviously congratulations on your big win. I mean, the Top Dog Nationals with the Central California Clash headed to Petaluma. That's a big deal. That's a big showcase race for Petaluma, and it's cool that series is still in existence. Like, you know, you've been around that it's been a speed week for so many years, and this year it's kind of like, you know, basically once a month or so they have a race, and it kind of spreads it out, and you're able to concentrate car counts on one weekend versus guys can't get off on a Wednesday or a Thursday to go to some shows.
Yeah, no, this will be the first race I attend for this tour race they got going on. But the plan is to hit every single one after this, you know, and just have fun.
Sure. And it's a quick turnaround because I think the next weekend they're at Marysville.
Yeah, July 6th, I believe.
Yeah. Have you ever been there with your sport mod?
Yeah, I didn't have the best of luck, that's for sure.
Okay. I was going to say, this is like their one and only stock car and one and only modified race. So it's, it's a wild card track.
Yeah, it's definitely it's weird. You got turns 1 and 2. It's like really tight.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 and 4 is like your normal racetrack turn.
Sure.
But the speed you have coming down the straightaway going into 1 is like kind of scary because you really got to get on the brakes, and it's, you never know what the car's going to do in front of you or behind you. So
it's kind of like driving around, not really a tri-oval, but like a piece of candy corn, kind of.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
And it's one way in, one way out, turn 2. That's the pit entrance, and that's the pit exit.
Yep. So.
Well, awesome. Well, it's been great to get knowing you further. I know that we bumped into each other, over the years a couple of times, you and your brother Jeff as well. And I wish you the best of luck this weekend as well as moving forward.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that.
Well, race fans, that does it for this interview. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope that you continue to enjoy these upcoming interviews. We appreciate it if you would like and subscribe wherever you're listening, whether it's on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever it's at. Give us a like and give us a subscription so that we can deliver more of these great interviews to you for your listening pleasure. In the meantime, wherever we're at, wherever you're listening, we hope you have a great rest of your day and a pleasant evening, and we will see you soon here at Highside Racing Promotions. Before we let everybody go, here's the upcoming schedule on IMCA TV of live pay-per-view events. Wednesday, June 26, Cottage Speedway in Oregon will be in action. Thursday, June 27th, we'll have 2 races on Stuart International Speedway hosting the Midwest Madness Tour, and also in Iowa, Kossuth County Speedway in Algona. Full card of action on Friday, June 28th, including Williston Basin Speedway in North Dakota, Iowa's Davenport Speedway, Dakota Speedway in Mandan, North Dakota, Nebraska's Beatrice Speedway, Murray County Speedway in Slayton, Minnesota, Black Hills Speedway in Rapid City, South Dakota, California's Bakersfield Speedway, Medusa Club's Thunder Raceway in Sholo, Arizona. Then everything fires up again on Saturday, June 29th, Crystal Motor Speedway in Michigan, Iowa's Makokata Speedway, Williston Basin Speedway in North Dakota, Eagle Raceway in Nebraska, North Central Speedway in Brainerd, Minnesota, Grays Harbor Raceway in Elma, Washington, Iowa's Boone Speedway, Southern Oklahoma Speedway in Ardmore, Arlington Raceway in Minnesota, Cottage Grove Speedway in Oregon, Medusa Club's Thunder Raceway in Sholo, Arizona. The Sunday lineup for June 30th, Buffalo River Speedway in Glendon, Minnesota, Redwood Speedway in Redwood Falls, Minnesota, Dubuque Fairgrounds Speedway in Iowa, Benton County Speedway in Benton, Iowa, and Nodak Speedway in Minot, North Dakota. And Monday, kicking the week off, Independence Motor Speedway in Iowa.